Hi everyone, I am so excited to be diving into our content on loving on your immune system. I hate that I didn't get to do it live um, between my littles I'm taking care of and our intermittent internet, so up and down, on and off yesterday. I could not stream, and so recording it so that I can still share it with you and you can still hopefully find something beneficial here to apply to your own life. Before I dive in, just a little bit of housekeeping. If you're new here, my name is Amanda French. I am a wellness advocate with doTERRA. I'm a holistic life and wellness. I'm a holistic life and business coach. I am a mom to two little girls under 3 years old. We do Montessori at home, and my husband is Michael, and we live in West Virginia. And I teach online and offline periodically. I teach through Zoom and Facebook. I have a Facebook page, and I recently have started a blog. And if you're finding that on the blog, then yay, I'm glad you found it. So some content that I produce, though, is just for my customers, and that's in our private Facebook group. And but most of the classes and things we do are open to everyone. So this talk today, I'm going to try to keep it clean, quote unquote. And I want to drop a real quick disclaimer. I am not a doctor, and essential oils are not a quick fix. They're not a magic pill, and they are not medicine. They work with our body's natural healing processes. So before I get into our topic today, I want to tell you three really quick things about doTERRA and three ways to use the oils. So doTERRA is a brand that you've probably heard of. It is actually the largest and most transparent essential oil brand globally. But many of you maybe use a different essential oil brand. I hope it's one that you can trust the quality of. We need to be able to trust the tools that we are using to help us, especially during times like these. And during when we're talking about a topic like we're covering today, our immune health, it's very important as well to be able to use something that is 100% that product and that is effective. So again, I'm going to share three things about doTERRA. You can trust that they're 100% natural. They are completely transparent. They have a website called Source to You, and you can look on the bottom of your essential oil bottle and see the batch number and look it up. And you can see the tests that were run on it. They are run by a third-party company, so not doTERRA, but a third-party tester, and they make sure that it's free of additives, fillers, and other things that can impact the quality, pesticides, things like that. All of those things that we don't want in our bodies, to make sure it's free of, and to make sure that it is chemically a profile that we're looking for that's going to be medicinally beneficial to our body. So when we are looking for something that's trustworthy, we also want to look for things, again, that's going to be effective for our body. When we're looking to use something in a therapeutic setting, we want to make sure that we are using something that is pure and is not just a fragrance, right? So something can be marketed as an essential oil and just be a fragrance. It's not the same as an oil that could be created easily in a lab. In the supplement community, I can't talk, in the supplement community, a substance only has to be 1% that thing to be marketed as that thing. And so it can be really hard to find things that are good and are just that product and are effective. And so doTERRA hits all those and more with their product. Again, doTERRA is very effective. I'm sure some of you watching this video already used doTERRA, and you found that you were looking for something because you had never found something that was working for your body in this area, right? The area you're trying to fill, for example. And maybe you didn't even find something in the pharmaceutical world that was helping, or Maybe something was helping for a time, but then stopped working. And you picked up an oil and you really, a doTERRA essential oil, and you really hoped that it was going to be effective, and it was, and you were surprised. And then you reached for another one for something else and it was effective, and you just kept getting surprised. And I don't know about you, but that was really our experience when we first started using doTERRA essential oils. I was hopeful, but I was surprised with each thing that the oils helped us with and that they were effective for. So essential oils with doTERRA are 100% natural. They are effective and they're very affordable. They're literally pennies per drops. When you're using an oil like doTERRA, a little bit goes a long way. So in many cases, you can use a single drop and have very effective results. There are 3 ways to use essential oils. You can use them aromatically, topically, or internally. When do we use them aromatically? When we want to shift the mood in our environment, our home, when we want to purify the air or promote respiratory health. Those are some good times to use them aromatically. And how would we do this? Well, we can literally just grab our bottle and inhale. We could drop a drop in our palm and then rub our hands together and cup them and inhale, or we can use them in a diffuser. Topical. We're going to want to use essential oils topically when we're targeting a specific place in our body, right? So we might be feeling some tension here or having some skin issues or having some discomfort here. And then we're going to use an oil that's specifically going to be supportive for that. And we're going to use it directly on the area where we're trying to support. So how do we do this? We want to use 1 to 3 drops of essential oil with 1 to 3 drops of a carrier oil. The most common one is fractionated coconut oil. And then we can also use essential oils internally. So this is very specific to doTERRA. We want to use oils in the way that they're intended to be used. And so we don't want to reach for an oil that's not intended for internal use, and we don't want to reach for an oil that never should be used internally. So it's more of a fragrance, for example. So if you're curious if your oil should be used internally, so you want to use a brand like doTERRA that's going to have therapeutic properties and be safe, and then it's going to have a supplements fact label here, and you'll know that's safe to use internal. We're going to use 1 to 3 drops at a time in 4 to 8 ounces of water. You can literally just drink it in your water. That's one way to use them internally. If it's an oil that's hot or that we don't enjoy the taste of, we can put them in a veggie cap, and that way we can bypass the mouth and throat and go directly to the stomach and get them into our body that way. We can also use them sublingually, so right under the tongue, and that can get them quickly into our system. So let's get into our topic today, which is loving on your immune system. And before we really unpack some ways that we can love our immune system, let's talk a little bit about what immunity is. Immunity is defined as the ability of an organism to resist a particular infection or toxin by the action of specific antibodies or sensitized white blood cells. So what does that mean for us and our immune system? Well, when our body is exposed to something that it deems to be a threat, it shifts into protection mode, right? It turns on our defense system, and our body starts ramping up the white blood cells. We may be doing things to expel it, so we might start coughing or sneezing. We are going to be maybe trying to contain it, so our body may up the inflammation in the body to try to trap it into an isolated place and not let it spread throughout the body. So those are some ways that our body protects itself. And this is a good thing. These are good things when our body does this. This means that our body is working to protect itself. And when this starts to happen, you might feel like you're a little bit more tired than normal, maybe a little run down. You might feel a little warm. You might have a tickle in your throat. These are some of the most common signs when we're first coming down with something. Someone who has been promoting health in their body, so they've been filling it with foods that are going to fuel our body instead of breaking it down. They're supporting our body's natural healing process. They're being intentional with what they put in and on their bodies and what they bring into their home environments. These people are going to be in a better place when they get ill. than someone who has been mm, promoting inflammation in the body. Someone who's been promoting inflammation in the body regularly is going to be a good host for illness during times like this, okay? Their body has been in a chronic state of inflammation because of what they've been putting on and or in it, and it's already going to put them at a weaker place when they're starting, um, when they're at their start, instead of being at a good starting point at a time like this. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words there. So we want to think, what can we do to promote health, right? How can we shift away from inflammation causing things to health causing things, right, in our daily lifestyle? So let's make sure that we understand what causes bad inflammation in the body. Too much inflammation, again, is a bad thing. And if you've been doing some of these things, you've been promoting inflammation in your life. So if you've been reaching for sugar, white flour, processed, industrialized seed oils, processed foods, meat, eggs, or dairy from unhealthy source, this is going to cause our body to create inflammation. Obesity is a major cause of inflammation. The excess body weight causes low-grade inflammation throughout the body daily, and this is chronic. We may be taxing our body by what we're bringing into our home environments. And our body is trying to protect us from what it deems to be toxin. If you're constantly in a high state of stress or anxiety, or you're in an environment that's causing that, that's causing inflammation within the body. So these are some of the most common ways that we are being an inflammation promoter instead of a health promoter in our daily lifestyle. So we just want to pause and say, what can I do in my life today to promote health instead of inflammation? Now, I just want to pause really quickly, though, and emphasize that if you haven't got your lifestyle to the place where you want to be, or you haven't even gotten started on this yet, that's okay. Just start and take a step today to better prepare your body to ward off the things that life throws at us, right? We want to just focus on what we can do from this point forward. We want to focus on what we can do to reduce inflammation. So let's start first with our water and tea routine. Are we taking in enough water? We want our body to be fully hydrated because that's when it's functioning at a high level. So for an example, someone that weighs 100 pounds should be taking in half their body weight in ounces. So they should literally be drinking 50 ounces of water a day. So think about what your body weight currently is and divide that number by 2, and you'll know how many ounces you need to be taking in a day. And a way you can up the health benefits there, is to add a drop of essential oil like lemon that's going to be high in limonene content. Some other ones I like in my water are grapefruit, green mandarin, wild orange, lime. These are great and wonderful for our bodies. I want you just to hop on PubMed when you get a second and type in limonene, and you'll see all of the wonderful benefits that these bring to us. So our first step is we're going to up our water intake, and we're going to add in some limonenes with our essential oils. Our next step is we're going to look at our nutrition. We're going to make sure we're reaching for whole foods, not processed foods. Beware of processed good foods. So they're coming maybe from an organic brand. So we assume maybe they're good. Make sure you're looking at that label. If it's got several ingredients on it that are exactly the same, maybe even as the processed foods you're trying to get away from, that's not something you want to fill your cart with. You want to reach for fruit and veggies first, and whole foods, whole grains, things like that. We also want to make sure we're reaching for healthy meats, animals that are raised in good environments are going to be healthier. They're not going to be pumped full of antibiotics and hormones. So we want to reach for meats and eggs and dairy products that come from healthy animals. We want to strive to eat the rainbow, so eat as much of a variety as you can. We want to make sure we're getting in 2 to 3 servings of fruit a day, 2 to 3 servings of veggies, and 2+ servings of greens. An easy way to help this happen in your home is to have a daily smoothie. I love to squeeze in greens and a good serving of fruit with myself and my toddler regularly. It can be the only way sometimes I get greens in her little body, by making a smoothie, and she loves to help and do it herself. So that's a quick and easy way to get that in. Let's talk about food access for a moment, because when we're in times like we are today, things are different than they normally are. And even in the best of circumstances, we are not getting enough vitamins and minerals from our food. Science has shown us that over and over again. So we need to make sure that we're supplementing our bodies with something that our bodies can actually absorb, so something that's bioavailable. I highly recommend making sure you're getting in your Lifelong Vitality Pack, your PB Assist, which is an amazing probiotic and prebiotic together, and using your Terrazymes with your meal, which is a digestive enzyme, to make sure that your body's breaking those down well. This also ensures, when we take our Terrazyme, that we are supporting our digestive process, but we're also allowing our body to focus its energies on making healing enzymes instead of digestive enzymes when we take those with our meals regularly. So, so that's nutrition, right? So that's a huge part of this. We're gonna focus on our water, and then our nutrition, and then we're gonna focus on reducing our toxic load. What burdens can we take from our body? Look at what you're using in your home to clean with, to wash your hair with, to wash your body with. What are you washing your face with, right? What are we using makeup wise? What are we using to wash our dishes, clean our laundry? What are we spraying on our countertops? What are we cleaning our toilets with? You know, what are we bringing into our homes? Are we bringing in things that are supportive to our bodies, or bringing in another burden that our body's going to look at as something it needs to get out of its body, that's going to be a toxin in our body? doTERRA has some wonderful things. I highly recommend the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. It's out of stock right now, but it should hit stock again this month, so grab some. You can make, I did in our do-it-yourself recipes that I'm going to go through at the end, I do have an alternate one you can make of that. Our laundry detergent is excellent. I love it. It's I've used it for years now, and I even used to make my own before that, and this is much better than that. You want to think about looking at our skin and body care products, our spa products, things like that, that maybe we can swap out and make a healthier choice there. Our next section is sleep. So we've talked about water, we've talked about nutrition, we've talked about reducing our toxic load. We're going to talk about sleep. Are you getting enough rest? Most people need at least 8 hours of rest. I need closer to 10 sometimes. I'm an 8 to 10 gal. So pay attention to how your body's feeling. Are you tired? Make some space to get some extra rest in. The cool thing is we can make up our sleep debt. So if you're chronically tired, you can do some things to support rest. I really love and highly recommend Serenity Essential Oil paired with the Serenity Restful Complex. I don't have time in this talk to get into exactly everything that Restful Complex has in it and why it's wonderful, but it's great. It helps shut your mind off when it's like churning and can't stop thinking about your to-do list or what you're fixated on, or those sorts of things. It helps shut down your mind and relax. You fall into a good, healthy sleep, but not too deep of a sleep. I find that it is totally healthy for me to take while breastfeeding and nursing, and even co-sleeping. So it's not like a drug. It's not going to make you like a rock that can't be woken up, right? So rest. We're going to focus on making space for that too. We are at home a lot more right now, and especially North America, and so this is a great time to make up that sleep debt and start making some healthier habits around rest. You can turn off your technology an hour before bed. Start turning on your diffuser an hour before bed with something soothing and calming. Go ahead and turn off your devices and reach for a book. Take a long hot shower, bubble bath, and just help your body unwind. Make some new sleep habits. Try meditating and praying before bed. Let's see, those are some great things we can do. Some of my favorite go-tos for the diffuser are serenity, lavender, cedarwood, juniper berry, Roman chamomile, and peace. Those are ones that are regularly in our diffuser in the evenings. Ask yourself real quick, how are you mentally and emotionally right now? What is dominating your thought life? How do you actually feel? Just take a moment to get in touch. You can even pause this if you need to and just close your eyes for a minute and just think, how am I feeling? What am I feeling? Right now, while you're listening, are you tensing? Do you feel tension here? Are you finding throughout the day you're clenching your fists more, maybe your jaws? Are you carrying some extra stress from your anxiety? Are you finding yourself able to relax? Do you find yourself getting short with others or being impatient when you maybe weren't? Easily frustrated? These are all indicators that you're not healthy mentally and emotionally right now. And there's some wonderful oils that you can reach for to help support that. Get with the person that invited you to listen to this video, or if that's me, or if you don't have someone that invited you and we just met virtually, reach out to me and I can definitely help you. Movement. Are you moving your body daily? I'm not talking about necessarily getting in a crazy hard workout, but are you getting outside? Are you moving your body, or are you more sedimentary? Shift into movement. So what can we do? Now, we've talked about some ways that we can reduce inflammation and promote a lifestyle of health, but what can we do during times of illness? Even those that are healthy and leading a very healthy lifestyle are going to get sick. There is no quick fix or magic pill that can prevent this, right? There's nothing magical we can do to make sure we don't get sick. We are going to get sick, right? A normal, healthy person gets sick 2 to 4 times a year, I would think. And they are able to recover from that illness, right? So, when I feel like I'm coming down with something, when my body is run down, I might be feeling warm, I might be getting a tickle in my throat, I'm starting to get achy, I reach for Flume, and that's an acronym for frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, and melaleuca. I've put this in the recipes, the do-it-yourself recipes at the end, but I put 1 to 3 drops in a veggie cap, and I take it every 2 hours until, while I'm awake, until I feel better, and I take that with 4 to 8 ounces of water. So for times like this, when my body might be achy and warm, I reach for peppermint and lemon regularly. For times when I'm warmer than I would like, so my temp is up a little bit more than I want, I'm not comfortable anymore, I do reach for peppermint, lemon, wild orange, lime, and Melissa, and I alternate them. I use peppermint as needed. I found that when I'm feeling achy, it's very comforting. And the others I alternate every 20 minutes until my temp is back to where I'm feeling comfortable in my body, right? So we know that, especially as an adult, a low grade temp is a good thing because our body's fighting something. And so we want to just support our body not being too warm, but feeling comfortable. And so that's a way to do that. I do this with my husband and children as well. If I'm supporting respiratory health, I might reach for breathe or lavender, peppermint or eucalyptus as needed throughout the day. I might inhale it from the bottle, put some in my palms, drop it in the diffuser, or rub it directly over my chest to support my respiratory health. Something else that can be a great practice during times like these is to do an aroma touch technique or a symphony of cells protocol daily. You can do them throughout the day, or you can just do it one time for support, depending on what you're looking to do. I highly recommend both. Symphony of Cells has a great free training right now, pinned on their Facebook page. And they do trainings throughout the year and have a great book that you can purchase to help you. Aroma touch technique, you can Google that, and doTERRA has some great resources on that for how to do that. to prevent others in my household from coming down with whatever I have or whoever it is that is under the weather has. I make sure that I wipe down surfaces with On Guard cleaning concentrate, or a mix of On Guard and lemon. I literally clean everything in my home with this. I isolate them as best as possible and wash hands regularly. So, what are some tools we can grab to support our immune system, to love on our immune system right now? Look at what you have in your home. Reach for the cleanest version of food that you have. If you don't already have it in your home, grab the daily nutrient pack or Lifelong Vitality, the PB Assist product, Terrazyme. These are must-haves. There's a kids line as well, and I highly recommend it. We currently do one A to Z chewable vitamin with Addison, and along with an omega supplement. So there's also a PB Assist Junior for children. She's still breastfed 3 to 5 times a day, so we don't do the PB Assist supplement, Junior supplement with her yet, but we will add that in when she weans. So those are things that you can do to promote health in yourself and others. Also, we do, especially during the winter and cold and flu season, we do liquid vitamin D, and we do elderberry in our home. And I highly recommend those. This is a great time to also up your vitamin C intake. I had intended to add a liquid vitamin C and I waited too long and it sold out. So if you're like me, focus on finding good natural sources of vitamin C, because that's going to be the most viable available thing. So we know that oranges are really great for that. We know that kale and pomegranate juice and things like this can be really wonderful sources of vitamin C. So reach for some of these things. Copaiba is also really wonderful for so many things, including our loving on our immune system. And so that's one that I've been taking daily. I actually take it for anxiety. I take it twice a day and find that really helpful. Sometimes I find that I need to reach for adaptive essential oil as well alongside that. That has been a really good fit for me for anxiety. So now we want to think about the what ifs. So you want to ask yourself, do you have the top 10 oils in your home? You can grab them in a bundle or you can spread them out monthly depending on your budget and your health goals. If you're not already a wholesome member with doTERRA, get the person that invited you to listen to this class and they can help you get started. If it's me, I can shoot you a quick link to help you get started. A wholesale account with doTERRA is just like a wholesale account with Sam's Club or Costco. $35 and you get wholesale prices for the year, and sometimes it's free. So depending on how you get started, you might get a starter kit or bundle that includes it for free. So there is no requirement to buy monthly or anything like that, although there is a loyalty rewards program that you can choose to take advantage of, and you get free shipping back through your shipping rewards points, and you can earn LRP points. It's pretty much like a frequent flyer mile program for frequent oilers. So it's a great way to get some free things and to stock up on oils if you're buying regularly. If you have those items, but you want to promote health in other areas like reducing your toxic load, sleep, emotional support, you'll want to grab things like the deodorant, the shampoo, the conditioner. You can grab the soap, spa items, cleaner concentrate when it's in stock, hand soap when it's in stock, hand sanitizer. You might want to try Serenity paired with the Serenity Restful Complex if you're focused on supporting rest. You may want to grab the Adaptive line if you're looking to significantly reduce stress or anxiety in your life or overwhelm. There are a ton of options for emotional support. So depending on what you're looking for, there's everything from Citrus Bliss to Peace Oil. So there's a lot that can be done there. And the person that invited you to this talk can help you personalize this. If that person was me, text me right now and I'll help you get the right products for your health goals. So this is the part that I wasn't initially planning on, but I got to put together when I was going to go live, and it's called Love on Your Immune System DIY Time. So the first do-it-yourself recipe is the daily immune caps. And this can be a great replacement. I daily take a On Guard gel cap, but if you don't have any or you run out and the doTERRA is low or out of stock, or you're waiting on a shipment, this can be a great thing to do in the meantime. So you're going to want to take 1 to 3 drops of each of the following: On Guard, Melissa, black pepper, and oregano, and put it in a veggie cap and take that with 4 to 8 ounces of water. My second recipe is the sinus steam. You're going to boil 1 cup of water and pour it into a mug. And then you're going to add 1 to 3 drops of the following in that mug: peppermint, lemon, melaleuca, breathe, and oregano. And you're going to inhale deeply. When I feel like I could be having way too much pressure and stuff like in my head, and it's been going on for a while, I personally, it's at that time that I add the oregano in. My husband does it every time he does a sinus steam. This is something we reach for both environmental and seasonal threats. And it's amazing, right? Very effective. So Flume is the next thing I want to share with you. I've mentioned it once already, but you're going to take 1 to 3 drops of the following oils and put them in a veggie cap: frankincense, lemon, On Guard, oregano, and melaleuca. And you're going to take that with 4 to 8 ounces of water. The next one is the do-it-yourself all-purpose cleaner I mentioned. And this is what I used to use before they came out with the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. And I fell in love with that, and I reach for that most often. But this is a great one and can be just as effective. You want to take 2 tablespoons of liquid castile soap, 10 to 15 drops of On Guard essential oil, 10 drops of lemon, and either 1/4 cup of rubbing alcohol or 1 cup of vinegar. So not both, one or the other, and put it in a glass spray bottle, and then top it off with water. You're ready to go. And the last one I'm excited about is something I've been planning to do and putting off is supercharged immune gummies. And this is the recipe that I've put together. I hope you enjoy it. It's 1 cup elderberry syrup. Sorry, I lost my place. 1/4 cup unflavored gelatin, 3 drops wild orange, 3 drops On Guard, 1/2 cup hot water. So what you're going to do to make this is bring the water to a boil, remove it, and then add the gelatin and the syrup and whisk that together. Let it cool until it's warm. So you don't want it as hot, but you don't want it to start solidifying yet. At that point, you're going to add the essential oils and whisk them in. Then you're going to pour it into your mold and refrigerate until it's set, and then enjoy. So let me know if you try any of these recipes and if they're beneficial to you. Let me know in general what you took away from this. I'd love to know what you're working on in your own personal health. I really hope this is helpful. I felt very strongly about pushing through and getting this put together and recorded, even though I wasn't able to go live with you guys. So again, especially this time, there's so much fear out there, and that we don't have to be fearful. We just need to be prepared and ready in doing what we can to support our bodies. So again, I hope this was beneficial, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I hope to see you live next month for our talk. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.